I think we're live. What up, what up? Let's test this out. Yep. Wow, that thumbnail is garbage though. I'll fix it later. I don't know why it keeps posting that thumbnail. Hopefully I can fix that. Wow, this music is like way too upbeat. Let's see, let's see. Alright. Just testing this out and way too hype. So I'm gonna chill out that music. Let's see, let's see. What up guys? How's everyone doing? Ooh, my hair looks amazing. Notice the chord change? How do you guys like this one? I think I got some cool like transitions now. So if you guys want to see, it's like, oh, stream's gonna end soon. Yeah, stream's ending, and I could do like a BRB. Could do a starting soon. I could do some other cool stuff, but for now, I'll just do that one. It's a lot of cool things here. So, hey, how's everyone? What up? What up? I wish there was a way that I could see comments on Streamlabs. That's what I'm using at the moment. Is the music too loud, by the way? Because if it is, I'll lower it too. But hey, Kender, how are you? There should be a way, right, guys? On Streamlabs. Let's see. Boom. Nope. That's not it. That's not it either. Huh. There should be some way, but hey, how's everyone doing? I'm trying out some different setups because I like StreamYards for interviewing, but it also costs like a crap ton of money. But this costs like $100 a year. So if you could think that this is one's good, then let me know and then I'll keep this one. But I was hoping that this chat box that I have on the right side would show the comments, but it doesn't look like it, which is kind of disappointing. I gotta probably hit up like Coding Phase or Christian and ask them how they do this, but yeah. How's the volume? How's the sound? Everything good? But yeah, like I just wanted to test this out and kind of ask if how everyone's coding journey is going, and if you have any questions related to tech. Do you like this new setup? Let me know. Otherwise, might just revert back to the old one and just kind of sacrifice with it. But yeah, let me know. If you want more people to come in, just hit that like. And I think apparently with YouTube now, the more likes you get, the more people will come in to your live stream. So help a brother out with your 5 people watching. I would greatly appreciate that. But yeah, how's everyone's coding journey doing? Is it today Thursday? Yes, today is Thursday. So let's get into it. What's everyone been up to? This chat box should be coming up. Let's see. Done. It does, right? It's not too bad. Yo, okay, cool. The chats are coming up. The chats are coming up. I love it. This is great. Oh my god, I thought it was just me. I was about to just kind of go crazy, but I'm glad that comments are coming in because now my stream looks somewhat professional. But we'll see how that goes. How's the music, guys? Is it a little too loud? Do you guys what are you guys in the mood for? I could do some acoustic too. But yo, KG, what's up? What's up? How do you like the new? How do you like this new setup? Today, I just want to talk about you guys, man. How is everyone's tech journey going? And is there any questions that I can answer to help you out? Please let me know, because that's what I'm here for. I just feel like I've been so busy with work, so busy with stuff that I want to do outside of work. I want to build this like really, really cool course. And it's still kind of in the incognito mode because I haven't really had too much time to work on it. But I've just been like creating these like little PowerPoint slides and all that. I feel like it'll be so helpful. And a lot of it is just like in my head, in my brain. And I want to like tell everyone how to do it. But sometimes just trying to do everything vocally is just not the best way. And I can try to make a video for each one, but I don't know. Sometimes I get conflicted with YouTube because I wonder if I just bore people to death with my content. So, but yeah, KG, what's up, man? I'm gonna turn off my air conditioner, so I'll be right back. Look at this smooth transition. All right, now I'm back. Don't be shy, guys. It's all good. So what do you guys think? Old haircut or new haircut? Some decent music. Relaxing. I think this is better. Cool. So, I mean, if no one has any questions, I'm just gonna start rambling, and if you guys agree or disagree, let me know. But I'm actually gonna be making a video on this, probably be posting it either this week or maybe early next week, and it's gonna be related to, it's gonna be specific for self-taught developers, and my advice to them is that just coding is not enough. And what I mean by that is you can't just learn how to code and then expect to get a job, especially for self-taught developers, because right now in this day and age, you need some kind of social proof to say that you know the skills that you do. And if you don't have the right material, if you're not marketing yourself in the correct way, then recruiters will not know who you are, and you're just asking them to say like, hey, can you take this risk on me, without ever showing that you can actually do the job. So I think too often we think about education and learning in such a linear way, where it's like, hey, if I learn how to code, I apply to a job through like job portals and all of that, I should be able to get the job, right? But in reality, that's just not the case. You need to have so many other types of social proof, like building your projects, having a portfolio, having a LinkedIn, optimizing your resume. These are like all basic things. Maybe not basic things, but these are all the 4 essential things that I think you really need to really stand out as a developer. Maybe we can add the GitHub just to have that valid proof that you do push up code and you do write code. But honestly speaking, it's like I see too many people that I talk to through my one-on-ones, or people that are just like really interested in learning how to code. I asked them like, oh, like, do you have a resume? Or I asked them, oh, do you have a portfolio project, or do you have any projects? And they say no, but even if you do know how to code, if this is your first job that you're trying to get into, it's going to be really hard for someone to really trust you to be able to really contribute and help out the team. Yes, you're going to want to like learn and, you know, be in an environment where you could kind of slowly get up, but at the same time you have to show that, why am I paying you? Why am I paying you this money to become a software developer? So I think I kind of made this video, or I went on live with this title, because I actually saw something similar on Twitter Space where people were giving different types of advices on how to get into tech as a software developer. And I think a lot of those advices are good, but none of them really hit the points of, you have to ask yourself, how do I become attractive to a hiring manager? How do I become attractive to a recruiter? And a lot of times we just focus so much on the tech, but we neglect everything else, right? So I think one thing that I wanted to emphasize here in this current video is that, guys, we need to do more than just coding. We need to go beyond the coding. What else can you do outside of coding? You can make blogs. You could do resume optimizations. You could go to meetups. You could go to networking. You could even attend these like Twitter spaces. All of these things will just like really help you get to that next level. There's just like too many junior developers, unfortunately. So if you don't really do anything else to stand out, then how do I decide between junior developer A candidate and junior developer B candidate and junior developer C candidate, right? Like, unless junior developer C has something that just really stands out, I'll be like, wow, I'm definitely gonna hire this person. But I think I just wanted to I found some motivation to just like go on live right now and talk to you guys, because number one, I was kind of feeling a little lazy and didn't want to make an actual video, and just wanted to talk to you guys and see how you're all doing. But another thing is I feel that you have to go above and beyond, and you kind of have to treat your job search like another job, if that makes sense. What's up, Hologram? How are you doing? Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. Donovan, welcome, welcome. How are you guys doing? You guys missed out on my whole like 10-minute spiel about having to do more than just coding to get that first job as a developer. I'm sure Donovan, you've kind of been experiencing that as well when in your coding journey, but you know, this isn't easy. And I feel that people have just this expectation that coding alone will get you the job, but it just isn't the case. You have to do just a little bit more to stand out. After you get your first job, though, I don't feel that the portfolio, the projects, all of these things are not as important in my opinion. But what's important in the beginning is just proving that you can do it. And you don't need to be a super senior engineer. You just got to show that, hey, I could do the HTML, I could do the CSS, I could do that little bit of JavaScript. I could contribute so that maybe the senior developer can focus on more important things, right? So this is kind of what I wanted to talk about in my upcoming video, and I'm giving you guys the sneak peek, the 9 people that are watching. And I hate to kind of do this like shameless plug, but please, if you like these videos, hit that like, because I think the more people that like it, the more people that come to the live stream. I think a lot of YouTubers have been talking about that. So if y'all don't mind, I would appreciate that. And sup, Great Wolf. Hey, how are you doing? And doing great. How's your week's been good? It was a little busy. Work's been pretty hectic and good at the same time, but I'm learning a lot. I had 2 client calls back to back, which was super fun, but it's also pretty exhausting at times physically. But I love talking to people. I love helping people. I love game planning with people. So no, it was really cool, and hopefully I gave some good advice. But yeah, like I'm really motivated right now to build this course. And I kind of talked about it on my Twitter account about how I want to build this course that's a little different from your typical coding course. I don't really want to build a coding course because there's just too many out there. What I want to build is a course that can just help people find jobs. And I know it sounds a little vague, but trust me when I say this, there's just, after talking to so many different people, junior developers, aspiring developers, and all of that, there is somewhat of a recipe. You just got to be patient with it. And you don't have to make like 15 projects or 10 projects or 5 projects to get a developer position. There are ways where you can kind of learn as you go, kind of like on the job training a little bit with the job search process, that I really feel like I have it in my head, but I can't really share it the way I want it to unless it's like built out in more of a structured curriculum. So I'm hoping that this will happen before the end of this year, because it is a lot. It's a lot. And I don't want to give you guys like just I don't know, garbage. So we'll see how that goes, and yeah, I'll let you know. But I'm super excited about it. Um, yeah, but yeah, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. I mean, specifically, if you want to talk about how to get into tech as a software developer, or just get into tech in general, or any other questions. What is it like being a software developer? Yeah, just I'm all ears. How do you guys like the music in the background? Is it like is it a little too strong? I don't know. What do I think of Remote? I have no opinions. I don't really do Shopify development, so I don't really know what they do. I've never taken their boot camp or anything like that. I just know that they teach Shopify, I believe. I really want to get into it, but it's just time, man. Like, do I invest my time building side applications, or do I invest my time trying to help people break into tech, which is kind of the whole point of my YouTube channel in the first place. So time has become so valuable to me that I just don't know how to use it sometimes. And sometimes I just sit there doing nothing. Like, I really want to do Shopify development because, you know, I follow Joe a lot on his channel, and he talks about Shopify a lot. But at the same time, I think Shopify will always be there a little bit. So I feel like I'm going to be tackling something that's completely different from what other people are doing. This isn't a boot camp. This isn't a thing. I'm just talking and sharing with y'all because I want to speak this into existence. So let's see what happens. Yeah. Let's see. I can't read. So you know what? As much as I like to read the comments from Streamlabs, it is way too small for me to read. Maybe I'm like turning into a boomer or something, but let's see. I'm just gonna figure out an easier way to do this. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. All right, this is it. I've been thinking of YouTube content, but like as someone who's just done personal projects, I just don't know what value I could provide since everyone's blogging a lot now. Yeah, man. I do. YouTube is not easy, and it's not one of those things where I don't really know why I chose to do YouTube. Well, I do know why I decided to do YouTube. I did YouTube because I was really scared to talk in front of a camera, record myself, and show this face to the internet. Like, what if people like give me crap about the way I look, or if I talk funny and all of that jazz? So it was just to like overcome a fear of just being so available or readily just available in front of the internet. But now it's kind of evolved into this kind of why do I do this? Like, what knowledge do I know that I can help people? And crazy enough, yeah, I could do the coding route way, where it's like I'm gonna tell people how to code. But there just seems to be this thing where maybe there's this other ways I can help. So that's kind of why I started my YouTube channel. But I would just start and just see if you like it, and then figure out from there what you want to do with it, and let it evolve as necessary. Music is good for the volume. Thank you so much. Let's change this up because I don't like peaceful. Let's see. Oh, it's because I have it on relaxing. Maybe if I do happy. I could... Nope. No. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Hey, looks like my Nightbox is working fine. I don't know what Justin Clark wrote, but sorry about that, bro. All right. What is your work-life balance like now? My work-life balance is actually not too bad. I thought it was going to be a lot worse, but if it is worse, it's more self-imposing because there's just so much to learn, and I want to become a better developer. So in general, I just feel like I do things that are making me feel better. So as long as I don't mind putting in extra hours, as long as it helps me become a better developer. So work-life balance is good. I mean, I think as I got older, it's just I've just been getting used to just turning off my laptop and figuring it out. Hey, Justin Clark, I'm sorry. Like, Nightbot is very sensitive, so I don't know what you wrote, but maybe you wrote a lot of emotes. Maybe that's probably why. Oh no. Hey, you can't get too excited in this room here. We're a chill tech rally chat. No, I'm kidding. No, don't be sorry. That's I don't know why Nightbot's like that. I gotta fix it. I just use like some template and just let it ride. So no, that's no worries at all. What's the best way to get hired at a startup? Hired at a start, I mean, it's the same recipe, man. You gotta have a resume, you gotta have a LinkedIn, you gotta have projects, portfolios, and then just start applying. If you haven't heard of AngelList, that's a pretty good website as well. Or it's called angel.co. Let's see. Ooh, can I do this? Boom. You guys see this? Oh, look at that bad chat. Now I know why Coding Face puts a dark background behind this, because you can't see crap here. But look, here you could see a lot of startup jobs that are, you could do here, find a job. I'm going to not log in, but basically with here, you can find jobs at startups. It could be bigger companies, it could be smaller companies. A lot of different companies are hiring here, and obviously they're going to highlight the big ones here, but there are some like smaller startups with like 5-10 people companies, or even like 20 people companies, 40 people companies. So angel.co/jobs. And yeah, nope, wrong one. Is this better? Oh, this sucks though. It removes all the chat stuff. That's kind of annoying. That's stupid. Ugh. It is what it is. How do I show this? I don't know. It said Justin asked data analytics or software development, which is harder? Anybody? Just asking for a perspective. I don't know. I don't do data science, so I don't really know, but I think web development is probably easier to get into, honestly speaking. And especially if you don't like math, you know, if you just like design and whatnot, that might be a better route to do. But it's really up to you. Some people just love to like look at data and analytics, and that can be more closer to what you want to do. So learning on, yeah, dude. Hey, you gotta like, we need to sync up and figure out how to use the Streamlabs stuff, because this thing is whack. But I kind of like it, but whack nonetheless. Dude, I don't even know how you code on Windows, because I tried doing some type of live stream coding, and it's so hard to code on Windows, and it's so stupid. But even doing the difference between command and control makes such a big difference. Like, I don't even know how to like search for programs on the Windows. It's so bad. But yeah, no, I don't know. Coding Joe. I don't know if you know, but I made this room, I made this live stream because I wanted to talk about how to get into tech as a software developer, and I saw some people create like a space about it. And obviously, you know, like, I'm not gonna rag on people's advice, especially if it's well intended and everything, but I don't know, some of them, they just don't go into the itty-gritty details. And I realized that not a lot of software developers know how to land that first job, right? It's kind of funny, like, we don't say that we're the developer whisperer, but people don't even know about HTML email developer, or they don't even know that what projects you really need, like how many projects do you need, what does your resume need to look like. Like, they don't know about ATS, they don't know about like LinkedIn, they don't know about like other like, where do I apply to jobs? Like, oh, just apply. It's like, well, tell me where to apply, right? There's just so many different like layers to landing that first job as a software developer that experienced people don't really know. So that's kind of why I made this random live stream. I kind of hinted about my potential course that's going to come out. Never, because I'm still working on it, but I'm going to speak it into existence. So maybe this weekend I'm going to spend some time just working on it. So do you listen to Waka Flocka? No, I don't. I listen to K-pop. Just kidding. This music sucks. Oh my gosh. How do I change this to something that's... I'm using Epidemic Sounds, and usually the music's pretty good, but this is just not hitting it at all. Ugh. It's like way too loungy. Kind of need like a vodka soda or something here at this point. No, this isn't it either. Holy crap, why is this so bad? Alright, maybe some hip hop will do. Yeah, that kind of works, I guess. As if they don't dudes are poppies and mom keeps telling regular sound. That's so true. I mean, if you get Google or Amazon on your first job, kudos to you. But, I'll have to say that technically, I guess I had a little bit of privilege in my life to be able to attend a coding bootcamp. But honestly speaking, I saved my money and I took that risk. I think I saved about a good like 30 to 40 grand of my own money. And I paid for like a $12,000 bootcamp. And yeah, I had enough like runway to last a few months or whatever, and if it didn't work out, I'll figure something else. But it's crazy. I know for a fact like my parents, they'll give me a roof over my head at the worst case scenario, but I don't like to view my life that way because I don't ever want to feel like I have to rely on them. So maybe it's like a mental thing too. It's just like I'm just used to being poor all the time, that no matter how much money I make, I don't live like lavishly, right? So I don't have, I live in New York City, first of all, so like it's making Google money doesn't really do as well as in other nicer cheaper cities. But at the same time, you just gotta like, I don't know what's important to you, right? Some people they kind of behave in one of two ways when you make money. Either one, you grew up poor, so you spend it all now that you're making money, and two, you know that you've been poor, or kind of not. Yeah, you've grown up poor, so even though you make money, you save wisely, and it's kind of like that mindset of like saving, putting money under your couch, but instead of putting it under your couch, you're investing, right? You're investing in yourself, and thankfully, I've met a lot of cool people, a lot of people in like finance, and they kind of told me like how to invest my money and all of that stuff. So instead of just putting it on the couch where it's like just losing money and losing value, you kind of invest it in like stocks and whatever. I think one thing I do want to get into is real estate in the future, but we'll see how that goes. I just landed my first job as a dev. This was my first week. Most of the advice I got made sense, but there isn't a silver bullet. You have to, yeah, Liam. Hey, congratulations, man. It's not easy to land that first job, but once you do, make sure you stick with it. And one thing I'll tell you is that just because you land a job doesn't mean you stop studying or like stop working. You have to make sure to put yourself in a position to make more money. Level up, become that mid-level developer, become that senior level developer. So make sure that you don't just like settle there. And I always tell everyone this, that like I work in a way where I don't want to get fired. And that sounds so like such a negative way to think about it, but imagine if like there are cuts or anything, the people that they're going to let go is either the ones that get paid too much for doing too little, or the ones that are just kind of useless. So you want to be in that sweet spot where it's like you are contributing to the point that people are like, oh wow, this guy knows what he's talking, or this guy knows what he or she is talking about, and we can't lose them. Make yourself in a way that it's so marketable that, you know, if you were to ask for more money at the company and they say no, then you'll be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go somewhere else, make more money, 10 grand more, see ya. But you can only do that if you level up. So leveling up is always super key here. But I don't want to like derail your win here, because it is important that you got your first job. So congratulations, this is lit. It's a celebration. Maybe one day we'll have a tech rally plus coding phase plus Christian meet and greet kind of thing, and we'll all like celebrate all of our wins, because I think that isn't really as advertised too much, and no one really gets to share that. So I'm glad that we could share this with you, and yeah, we could share with the 18, 19 people watching, because on it, I'm sure it was not easy. Good job. Who would you put in the Mount Rushmore developers? Huh. I don't know. I feel like the category is just like a little different for each one. Everyone has their different strengths and weaknesses, so I don't really view developers in that way. I just see everyone as a pretty simple friend, and if anything, I would just the people on my Mount Rushmore would be people I would want to grab a drink with. So like Christian, Coding Face, Coding After 30, Bobby. Like, I'm not saying that these are the best like developers or the best YouTubers or whatever, but these are people I would like, hey, I call them up, ask them how they're doing, and you know, we just talk. So those are like my personal Mount Rushmores, but everyone's criteria could be a little bit different. Damn, this thing is kind of lame, right? I wish there was a way I could make this wider. Let's see. Does that help? Ugh. Whatever. Let's see if that's better. Does that help? What else is there? What did I miss? What did I miss? Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. I think you did it right. I'm using Chingu to start building a portfolio and submit all the stuff I've been learning in the course. I don't know what Chingu is, but that's a Korean word for friends. I thought that's kind of interesting. What's harder, getting in tech or staying in tech once you get a position? Getting a position in tech is the hardest route in my opinion. Because if you have no work experience, it's going to be difficult for you to get that first job. So getting that first job in tech is harder. The next job after, staying in tech is probably going to be hard too, but if you like it, it should be that shouldn't be that hard at all. So yeah. Cody, you know I'm up there. Yeah, man. Yeah, I said you're up there, man. No. All sharing the love, brother. Luckily, my coworkers are really smart, and I've been learning so much from them. But the imposters, yeah, I mean, if you have really good coworkers that are patient and kind, and they don't give you a lot of crap for not knowing, then that's the best environment to be in. Like, of course, money is important and getting paid is important, but your first 2 years should be all about leveling up. And if you're around people that are just like way smarter than you and like actually helping you, then you have to take advantage of it. Like, steal their knowledge is how I like to interpret it as, where it's like, or absorb their knowledge. You got to do something to just be like, okay, like, what do you know, brother? Like, how do I get to your level, right? It's the same thing where Joe shared that story of this guy working at a cafe and he was just coding all the time. You're like, hey, bro, like, what do you do? What do you do here? And it's the same mindset. You want to be able to like take as much knowledge as you can and then move on from one position to the next if necessary. hey everyone, I want to get hired as a front end developer. Do I need to learn to design a website using prototyping, or just focus fully on the I actually don't even know how to design a website. So like I don't know how to use Adobe. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. So I don't think design is that important. It could be helpful, but it's not mandatory, right? You're going to be working with designers. So what I would say is just use like a website like ThemeForest or any of these like templating websites, and then just kind of build your portfolio that way. That sounds funny, Chingu. I told you, man. It's literally a Korean word for friend, so it's pretty awesome. When I look at a React listings, almost all of them want TypeScript experience. Is TypeScript a must-know tech to get into React Dev? No, it's not. As long as you know React, you should be able to and as long as you know JavaScript, you should be able to translate that into TypeScript. So definitely TypeScript has been growing a lot. And personally for me, if I was starting off as a developer, I wouldn't put too much emphasis on TypeScript. And I say that kind of with caution because you don't need to learn TypeScript to build web applications. And if you're so new to web development where you don't even know how to use JavaScript properly, you shouldn't be using TypeScript then, in my opinion. Like you have to at least know a little bit of TypeScript to be able to I'm sorry, you have to know JavaScript to be able to do TypeScript. TypeScript gets really annoying if you don't, especially if you don't know JavaScript. So at that point, you're going to be fighting with yourself saying like, is this a TypeScript error or is this a JavaScript error? Like, what the heck am I doing, right? So like, this is why you have to, like, I would put my foot down and say, just learn JavaScript first. TypeScript can just come afterwards. Love your new glasses. Yeah, like new glasses. Wait, why am I pointing to my head? New glasses, new hair. Just changing it up. Trying to get some respect in this YouTube game. I'm about to do a live stream reacting in this live stream. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Have you witnessed anyone's downfall within the industry? Yeah. But what do you mean downfall? You mean like people leave tech and then do something else? I've seen a lot of people on YouTube that were developers that quit their jobs and then become full-time content creators and course creators. And you see like Mayuko or like other Jarvis, they actually went from becoming developers to just kind of transitioning out. So being a developer is not easy by any means. It's pretty stressful. There's a lot of it's so fun but so stressful at the same time, because sometimes you could spend hours and hours trying to solve this little bug, and there are times where I would spend weeks on a feature and it just is not clicking for me. But that's part of the game. So it's more of like a mental exhaustion, and I personally want to work out and do all of these things, but sometimes when you like mentally exhaust yourself, you just don't want to do anything but veg. So definitely one of those cases. Joseph Morales, I do play that guitar in the background. I'm not very good. I could just play like chords and stuff, but I want to get better at it. There are a lot of things I want to do, but of course I always talk about this, not enough time, right? I'm not that new. Hey, sorry everyone. I gotta ask this again. If you haven't liked this video, can you please like it, please? Because I think the more people that like it, the more people that come watch it. So let's keep this as entertaining as possible. I'd appreciate it. All right. I'm not that new, been a dev for almost a year now, but I'm trying to move into React position now. So do you know any React? That's gonna be my question, right? Does your job require you to use React? If so, then definitely take advantage of that. Take advantage of it from that perspective. But if not, then maybe you do need to build like a more meaningful project on the side to kind of get you familiar with how to use hooks, how to fetch APIs using React, how to render different components using React. All of this stuff revolved around React is going to be pretty important when you apply and interview at that job. Some companies don't even test you on like basic JavaScript skills. They test you on just like React, which I'm not a huge fan of because it doesn't really test you on the fundamentals, but you just never know what they're going to test you on. So David, to answer your question about I have work experience, but maybe not in React, I would then definitely focus on building a side project. I wouldn't even necessarily say that you have to showcase it. Just know enough of it that you can talk about it. You could do problems with it. And if you've already kind of used a different framework or whatever, it should be pretty close to saying like, okay, I know how to build this in Angular, but in React, they do it this way. So it's like, okay, cool. Like, how do I just translate what I learned from one to the other? Yeah, no problem. Is it good to do extra after work? I'm trying, but I get so tired that I can't do much after 8 hours of coding. Up to you, man. It's up to you. It's up to you to decide how much you want to do. But make sure, for me personally, if I do any extra work, it's not because like I want to like climb this ladder and be that super senior developer or all that. I think that will just naturally come. But for you, I would say that it is put in extra hours to better yourself. Because when you have that mindset of bettering yourself by putting those extra hours, then of course you're going to get better. So what I mean by that is like, you know, you hear about basketball players that practice free throws like 1,000 times, or like you see Stephen Curry never miss a 3-pointer. It's because he's doing this grinding over and over and over again. But do you think he's doing that because he wants to like help his team win? Yeah, maybe a little bit, but ultimately he wants to be one of the best NBA players of history where people always talk about him. Do you need to be like the Stephen Curry of the NBA or of coding? No, you don't have to be. But what's the point of it is that you should put in extra hours if you want to better yourself and potentially get that bigger raise or justify a bigger raise. Or if you want to move to a different company, you could be like, all right, like you don't pay me, I'm just gonna go here because I know what I'm worth, I know what I can do, and basically just like, all right, cool, like you're not gonna pay me, I'll go somewhere else, or I'll start my own thing. Who knows? Great channel, working with Nuxt.js on some side projects and trying to keep learning. Hey, keep going. I haven't really used Nuxt. I think I used it a little bit when I was trying to do these like Vue tutorials, but I heard good things. Do you think front-end dev will be less in demand when... No. We live say what's... Hey, Coding Phase community. What's up? Hey, should I react to you reacting to my video? Can we do that? Would that be hilarious? Let's see. Can I do that? Boom. I want to pause this. And then do this. And then do this. Now this is the best way to troll two channels. This is the way to do it. I can't even see my own comments right now, but it is what it is. Live stream inception, yo. I'm dead right now. The reaction. I'm dead. Okay, I gotta stop before I troll. Dude, how do you have 3 dislikes? That's messed up. Is it because you're putting me on the video? I must. I guess I'm too ugly for live streams. I'm gonna give it a like. How do you have 3 dislikes already? That disrespect. I can't even. I'm dying. No, I don't use it at my job, but let's see. Sorry, I'm gonna put the music back on. Dude, that's too good. I'm dead. Uh, no, I don't use it at my job. I'm decent with React, but I've built sites with Next.js that grabs API stuff, renders it, updates the API every 15 minutes. And I built it with it. Yeah, I mean, then just apply, dude. Let's just see what happens, dude. And the worst thing that can happen is that they just say no, right? And you have to understand, like, okay, why are they saying no? Maybe your skills aren't good enough yet, so you need to practice React more. Or maybe your JavaScript isn't good enough yet, so you need to practice that more. Maybe your soft skills aren't good enough yet, practice that more. One thing, I mean, I've told a bunch of people, and I think I saw Joel here, but Joel and I, we talk a lot through our one-on-ones, and it's all about the iterative process. Stop trying to go for home runs, right? Like you can't expect to be perfect before you start interviewing. It's from the interviews do you understand, like, hey, I am screwing up in this here, or I'm not doing too well here. And that's going to be the important way for you to actually succeed, is the way you have to iterate. You have to learn from your mistakes. And even Joe, I always reference back to my friends, but even Joe talks about this too, right? It's like he's only succeeded after he's failed. Once you fail, do you understand what mistakes you made, right? So, will having basic HTML, CSS be detrimental to getting an interview despite focusing a lot more with JS and learning and practicing? Well, having a base, no. But if they ask you a front-end developer question, like a technical question, and you don't know how to center a div or like put like cards in a grid or whatever, like can you do what you need to do without Bootstrap CSS? I think that's kind of the minimum requirement that you should kind of know how to do. Otherwise, you might come off as a little bit of a rookie, which is, it's fine. It's very easy to learn, but I would just say learn how to just do the basic padding, margin, display flex, all the, what do you call it? Relative positioning, and all of that stuff. So, are all job interviews for software engineering positions multi-interviews? I heard there's a pushback on that process. I think so. I mean, you're trying to vet out a developer. Like, I'm going to be like, hey, Ark, thanks for coming in. I hear that you're a developer. Come on in, man. Join the team. Join the squad. Yeah, you know, I like you, you know. No one's really going to do that, unfortunately. Doing software development and learning how to code is so fun, but it's like one of the most frustrating things as well, because when you go to the interview process, they really, really test you. Like, they're not going to test you on just like, oh, you know, I work hard, you know, my greatest weakness is that I try too much. You know, there's none of that kind of just wishy-washy talky stuff. You actually have to show that you know what you're doing. So, like, if you don't know how to code, then you're not gonna get the job, right? So that's why there's probably multiple rounds, because they want to vet you out and make sure you know what you're doing, not because they hate you or all that stuff. Billy, let's go. Y'all ready to rally? Hey everyone, crazy story. I don't even know if I should share this, but I bought an NFT and it was not cheap. My girlfriend's probably gonna give me an earful, but I think it might be worth it. I see a lot of value with it. Actually, I have no idea. I don't know what I'm doing, but at that moment, it sounded like a good idea. So I bought an NFT, and I'll let you guys, if you guys don't know what that is, it's non-fungible tokens, and it's like crypto related. I know I don't really talk about it on my channel because I don't like the shill stuff, but I'm just giving you guys my life updates. We'll see how it goes. NFTs. Oh, we'll see. Let's see. No one's got questions? No one's got questions. All right. Hey, you know what happened? I think I know what happened. Joe went on a live stream, and then he just took all the people that were watching my live stream, and they all went over there. This guy thought he was helping me, but he actually made it worse. Once he went on live, I think I lost like 5 people. Yep, still don't know what an NFT is. Yeah, it's like digital. You could sell digital art or GIFs and validate them on the blockchain that you own it. And by having ownership, you could sell whatever you want. I don't even know if I'm explaining it correctly, but basically you can buy and sell goods through the blockchain, and the blockchain validates that you own it. So a lot of famous artists, quote unquote, are selling their digital art through the blockchain. And the more valuable it is, the more pricier it is and all that stuff. But I'm just kind of throwing in like a lotto ticket and seeing what happens. But if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it is what it is. What good resource to learn how to use JS, HTML, CS together? I mostly only find stuff for JS solely and for HTML, but not all three. Oh, you could go to my description in my YouTube video and go to codingphase.com. Unlimited access to coding courses, 20% off. And you could sign up there because he does actually teach you HTML, CSS, JavaScript. And if you want to get into Shopify development, you could do that. Or you could do maybe like a full stack React application front end with PHP in the back. There are a lot of other free resources too. Oh, that's actually not free, but there are other free resources that you could check out. Free Codecamp. Codecademy has some stuff, but Codecademy has been a little sus in some sense that a lot of their stuff isn't free anymore like they used to be. And if you want to get the good ones, then you're going to have to pay. So Odin Project is another good one, but that would be the 3. You don't really own the graphic. You own the data. You don't own the art itself. You technically do own the art itself, but because you're uploading the art to the blockchain, right? In some regards, though, it's like, why can't I just like right click save as and say that this is mine? But yes, you have a copy of the image, but technically you don't own the image. So it's like really, really minute details, and I think it's kind of lame, but it is what it is. You don't really what about one of those boot camp courses on Udemy? I've actually never took a boot camp course on Udemy. Are you talking about like those Colt Steel courses or whatever? I heard pretty good things, but if you do something like Colt Steel, from what I've heard, try not to copy his project completely like 1-to-1 or like to the T, because everybody apparently has Yelp Camp on their portfolio. So why don't you make like Shoe Camp or Nike shoes, or Kick Camp or something different. Just change it up a little bit if you do decide to do some other like bootcamp course, because man, literally there are too many junior developers out there, and the only way you could kind of stand out is you got to do something a little bit more, right? Just do a little bit more. So what program is we here? What program is this you're talking about? I'm not really sure what you're talking about. What would you do when you're stuck on a project? What would you recommend a new coder to do when they're stuck? Read the errors. Like really read the errors. You see when something happens, you see red lines, and make sure you could try to understand what that error is saying. And if you don't know what that means or how to solve it, copy that error and go to google.com and paste that error, go on Stack Overflow, and just kind of figure out what other people have said about it. That's how I usually like to do it. And it's kind of crazy how simple this advice is, but kind of crazy also that no one actually takes it. And what most people do is they just go like this. They just start freaking out. Oh, shit, did I get a subscriber? But the background is like... All right, so from what I can tell, that means the alert box needs to be on the top. There you go. Let's test it. Subscriber. All right. See, now it works. Cool. Yo, did Joe just bring people over to to my channel? I appreciate you, Joe. Thank you. If that was the case. Yep. I knew it. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it. This is like a raid from Twitch, man. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hey, if you guys don't mind, this is probably like my fourth time saying this, but if you could hit that like, I think it would really help out my channel, because apparently with YouTube, the more likes you get, the more people come to your live stream. So let's do it. Let's get it, boys and girls. Let's see. What did I miss? Apache or Nginx? I don't really care for that. You forgot codingphase.com. No, I added it in. You were obviously you weren't listening, so it's complicated. But you know, did you get code? No, I didn't get code. Oh man, I might get demonetized now for this. I know the best portfolio projects are projects that solve real business problem. Any examples you recommend for a junior role? You could do like a financial planner app or a budget app. I think that's pretty cool. People have also talked about doing like a product review app where you upload a product and you get feedback from other people. So that's another good one that you could try. And then if you ever follow Coder Foundry, he recommends a bug tracker. So imagine that you build a project and you have a lot of bugs on your project. How do you manage all of the stuff, right? So basically with that, all right, so this is cool that I have an alert that tells when people subscribe, but it literally covers half my face. So I'm going to put it right here. I'll put it here. Let's test this out. Yeah, that's better, right? Coding Face joining the fun. It's a raid. Oh man, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for coming. Thank you for this is probably the most people that have been watching my live stream. So I really appreciate it, Joe. Thank you. They should put live stream. Yeah, they should. Why not? This is actually a really great idea. So let's make sure you all send the email to YouTube and let them know that we should add a raid function. Thought I was already Shrimp Mania, man. I'm so disappointed in you. I thought we were friends, brother. Oh shoot, there's too many comments. How do I respond to this? Tech Rally, do you delete your live streams after they're done? No, I don't. What up, Tech Rally? Coding Face Army editor. I appreciate y'all, man. Really, really. All right, let's see. Do you have any regrets? Do you regret any of your YouTube videos? No, if I did regret any of them, then I probably would delete them, right? So no regrets there. It's kind of cringy to watch some of your old videos, but it is what it is. I didn't have a good mic then. I didn't have a good camera. I didn't have a lot of good things, but you got to start somewhere to see if it's worth it. And as you get better and better at it, that's when you start upgrading your gear and just kind of iterating. I mean, honestly, I treat my YouTube channel like my developer journey. You start from the bottom, see if you like it, keep growing, and hopefully at a certain point, you know, you'll hit that inflection point and you'll make it big, apparently. So yeah. Oh man, so many comments. Let's see. We here and brought drinks. Speaking of rage, you ever thought about Twitch? I actually have a Twitch. You could, if you look at top left, it's Tech Rally. If YouTube was already hard doing live streams, Twitch is even harder. So I gotta invest some time into it. But the thing about Twitch is I feel like if I do Twitch, I'm gonna have to do more coding, and if I want to do coding on a Windows computer, I gotta get used to coding on a Windows computer. So it's really actually pretty hard. I don't know how Coding Face does it, because man, developing on a Windows is not my forte. So I'll probably have to invest a little bit more time. I like YouTube a little bit better in terms of like live streaming, because it kind of is just talking and chilling versus trying to like actually do coding. Because I don't know. So I love coding, but I spend most of my time coding at work already. Do I really want to go on live stream and code more? I don't know. Dropping the gems. Yes, Billy. Let's go. When you get that Amazon, did they ask you anything about React, or was it more of an overall software engineer? It depends on your interviewer. But for me, I just prepare for everything. And like, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it that way, but I would say bring, let me rephrase this. Come to the interview prepared with your best skills. And what I mean by that is if you're good at a front end framework, come prepared with that front end framework. If you're good at vanilla JavaScript, come prepared with vanilla JavaScript. If you're better at Vue than Angular, then come prepared with Vue. So just come prepared with whatever you're good at. And I think that's the best way to do the interview. Like, I'm not going to go into an interview and just be like, hey, can I use Python? I just learned it last week. You have to, I'm going to stick with what I know, and that's going to be JavaScript and JavaScript only. And you could call me like a JavaScript homer, but that's what I'm good at. And that's what I'm going to interview at. So that would be my thing. Did you originally want to be something else but settle for becoming developed because you failed, or was the plan all along? Yeah, I wanted to be a Korean actor in Korea, but my Korean was so bad that they just said no. I'm kidding. That was definitely not it. It would be cool if that ever happened, but in reality, I think that my window has probably passed. I don't know what I wanted to do. I think software development was one of those things I randomly discovered on YouTube. And if you're kind of like the OG coding back in the day, like I think I started coding back in 2014, 2015, there was only like one or two YouTubers that were out there. And the main one was this guy named The New Boston. And I just randomly stumbled on his videos and I learned like Android development and all of that stuff. And I was like, holy crap, this is so much better than whatever I'm doing right now. And in reality, for me, I just like solving things. And that's why I really like software development. And I always describe it like a never ending Rubik's Cube. You come into work and you're like, okay, I solved this Rubik's Cube. What's next? And you're like, oh crap, now they added like 5 more complexities behind this. Like, how do I solve this now? So it's one of those like love-hate relationships, to be honest, because there's some days where it's like, I'm almost done with this Rubik's Cube, but I know if I finish it, I'm going to have to do even a harder Rubik's Cube the next time. So can I just make sure I did everything correctly here? Like, it's one of those times where like you just need to give your brain a break a little bit. Otherwise, like, it's overwhelming. So no, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think being a software developer isn't a bad option. Maybe in the future, I do want to get into such a, I don't know, is this like such a millennial thing? But I'm starting to think about like, what does it take to get into like venture capital and like invest in people or invest in companies? And I think I talked to another like creator about this, and it's like, how do you invest in like potentially even like the creator economy, where you invest in like content creators? Like, can you give a content creator like $60,000 a year or like $100,000 a year to come up with content, and then from there, like, can they generate 300,000? Who knows, right? But I think that's kind of something interesting to think about. So lately I've been not thinking about just like financial gains, but more about like equity and like social capital, which is another conversation in itself. Dang, that was a great question. Yeah, but Korean actor was one of them. What I considered, yeah, portfolio reviews can be cool too. Yep. Any React test sites you recommend that mimics real life technical skills to practice for technical interviews? No, I don't know any. Basically what I did was I just built a lot of like mini projects. I built like a calculator in React. I built tic-tac-toe in React. I built a bunch of stuff in React, and then that's how I prepare for my interviews. So just think about like little things, like how do I create this button and make it do what I need to do? Maybe I can make that website. Who knows? Have you ever seen anyone get ousted from the industry for reason with the toxic, who does horrible things? Yeah, I've seen it actually, and you just move on from it. Damn. Let's see. Coding face says hello. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. I'm currently at a front end dev, and I couldn't imagine creating content. Keep up the good. Thank you, Logan. It is a lot of work, and yeah, it's crazy. I don't even know how like other content creators do it, because especially with like your full-time job, sometimes you're working like 8 to 10 hours. The last thing I want to do is come up with ideas. And some people are just like really good at just talking in front of a camera while recording and posting. For some reason or another, I cannot, outside of like live streams, I cannot just come up with words to say while I'm recording and then post it on my channel. I actually have to have like somewhat of a script, otherwise I just ramble. But I actually do know when Joe is reading from a script, because his tone is totally different. You should create the test sites. Thanks for the answer. Yeah, maybe. And do you know Joma? Would be fun to see both guys one day. I heard he actually lives in New York. I think he has a separate channel called Joma in NYC. Yeah, I mean, that could be interesting, but I don't know. I am pretty busy already with my current position and all of that stuff, so I don't know. I like meeting new people, but at the same time, I don't want to just reach out to get more clout kind of thing. I rather have like a genuine relationship, if you know what I mean. So I don't know, man. Like maybe like 3 years ago, did you ever read from a script? 3 years ago, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, sometimes it like your tone is like so different at times from your like live streams and your other stuff, but yeah, I'd like to know your secret then. I think it's more of your older videos, actually. Maybe like 3 years ago when you're like in a forest or something. Like, are you in a park or something? I think it's one of those older videos. Maybe Billy Ray uses script nutshell. How do you cut out? But whenever, not your live streams, but your recorded videos, do you cut out all of that, or how does that work? Good evening, sir. Oh shoot, Billy, I didn't read your question. Should we all document our journey? I'm currently trying to break into tech. Yes, I think you should. And what I mean by that is not starting a YouTube channel. What you should do is you should write blogs. You should have a Twitter account, like connect with people, like post on LinkedIn that, hey, I built this part of my project. You just kind of need to like advertise yourself a little bit more. If you keep everything in isolation, then who the heck is going to know what you do for your job, right? Or like who's going to really know that you can actually code? So once you build out your LinkedIn, once you build out your Twitter, and once you kind of start your blog account, just share your journey just little by little. If you learn something new using React, make a blog about it. And then on Twitter and LinkedIn, post a link referencing to that blog. That way, and then maybe you could even use like hashtag recruiters, hashtag developers, hashtag whatever, so you could get more traction with that post. But now you're creating that social proof that says that, hey, Billy Rodriguez is a developer, and I'm going to keep my eye on this guy and see, hey, 2-3 months from now, maybe he'll build this nice project. Who knows? But if you don't do anything and then you kind of apply to a job portal, people look at your resume and they're going to be like, well, you have no work experience. Well, why would I hire you? Why would I risk wanting to hire you? So definitely share your journey. Coding after hours, who's popping bottles? Let's go. Big agency or tech company, or small startup? I don't know. It just depends. I don't think it's about the size of the company. It's about the people you work with. So as long as you have good people that are, wait, let me rephrase that. If you have smart developers that are really nice and they could actually kind of assist you and not make you feel like garbage about your code, I think that's the best environment to be in. People that are really humble and doesn't give you crap if you don't know how to center a div at that moment in time, or they're okay with you making mistakes here and there. That's the way. That's to me. That's the best environment to be in. Sometimes that might be a big company. Sometimes that might be a small company. But you just hopefully during the interview process, as much as it is like stressful for you to try to get that job, hopefully those people that you're talking to are people that you would want to work with, right? So let's see. What video? It sounds like I'm reading. All right, maybe he doesn't read from a script. I'm wrong, guys. Don't cancel me. Canceled. Have you ever done whippets? What is? That's a solid plan. UP. Is that a question we should ask during an interview? What question? What are you talking about? Sure. How do you stay awake in meetings when you're not talking? Turn off the video. put on a YouTube video. Stay awake. Is this guy just trolling me right now, guys? Should we ban Mike H, everyone? Dude, should we do a poll right now? Is he trolling me right now? Oh, nice, smart people. Yeah. I mean, it's easy to be a dick, but it's very hard to be nice, in my opinion. Have I tried? No, I haven't. Who is this guy? You know what? Just because he's funny, I'll let him in. I'll let him stay in this chat room. Is this what it's like to have trolls in your potential trolls in your chat room? Fair question. Have you? No, but I actually haven't. How long did it take for you to get into Amazon? The interview process took about 2 months, 2.5 months. Welcome to YouTube. Mike, thank you for just getting me nice and settled for this YouTube game. Nah, he's not hating. It's all good. But I can answer Cody Faye's question about who did I go to. I went with my girlfriend, and did not get engaged there, but we hung out in Paris for a bit, and then we flew to South France and hung out with like her business school friends. So that was pretty fun. Yo, France is really nice. And we actually went to Monaco. And I really feel like maybe if we could get a bunch of YouTubers together and then just go somewhere real nice, let's start off small. We'll go to Florida first. And after that, maybe we could have some kind of huge outing in like somewhere in Europe. That'll be super fun. No, Mike, you're not hating. It's all good, man. It's all good. No worries. Nah. You ever heard of someone getting permabanned from using Amazon? At work? I don't think so. That's an odd question. I think it's an honest question just because of what you hear about what some people do. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. Like maybe some people need to take like Adderall every day to function. I don't know. Everyone has their ways. Yeah, Ark, watch the beginning of the video because I kind of go into this, not rant, but this 10-minute spiel about why coding alone is not enough for self-taught developers. And the reason why that is because I think people have this misconception that it's just like, if I learn how to code, then I should get a job. If I learn how to write for loops, then I'm a programmer. But that's really not the case. These days, the game is changing where you have to be able to kind of market yourself and you have to treat your job search like a job. And if you don't treat your job search like a job, then no one's going to advocate for you. No one's going to hype you up. No one's going to do that. Only you can hype yourself up. And that way recruiters need to be able to feel like they can trust you to kind of put you to that next round and say, I feel confident that this junior level candidate can get that role. So, yeah. Take a look. Can wrestle some gear. You know what's weird? Actually, I don't know why, but my brother and I, we grew up in California, and for some reason we love watching college football, specifically the Florida Gators, and that's like my favorite college team. I don't know why, but I watched them during like the Danny Werfel days and Tim Tebow and all of that stuff. So definitely there's like some love for the swamp there. How's the music? Can you guys even hear it? Is it too low? It's getting kind of lit with this music though. When was the last time you've been to Korea? I don't know. When was the last time I've been to Korea? I think like 2000. I'm trying to find my passport, but it was back in 2018, I think. 2018. Yeah, Korea's super fun, man. Hey, like I said, if we do an international trip, we all need to go. Like maybe, when's the last time you went to the DR? Actually, I'm curious about that. But man, whenever I went to Korea, it was always for at least like 2 weeks. So we could never hear music. Oh shoot! Wait, what if I do this? What about now? What music? Crap. How about now? Okay, can you guys hear it? All right. My front end rolls is with Lamstack and WordPress, but I really like working with Vue. Really? The music never was there? Holy crap. Why do I turn on this music? Oh, wow. $2018. Nice. Korean food is really good. And if any of y'all come to New York, there's always a K-Town there too. It gets pretty lit at night on Fridays and Saturdays. And highly recommend. Yo, actually, this is chill. But before that, I was listening to this like dark, eccentric, Main Street hip hop. Yeah. It's better without the music. I would prefer to hear you. Oh, is that loud? All right, fine. We're gonna lower it. Did you grow up with anyone who went to achieve fame? All right, I'm gonna lower a couple notches. Let's see. Did you grow up with anyone who went on to achieve fame? Yeah, I know a few people. But I don't like. I know this one guy who's like the CEO of this Gold House. I don't know if you guys heard of it. It's like a Asian. Let me see if I have it. Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, goldhouse.org. He founded this, and he was actually a YouTuber. He worked at YouTube and Google, but he also went to my high school. I think he was like 3 years older than me, but it's pretty cool that he kind of founded this, and it's like specific for like Asian communities and all that stuff. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I vibe with this. What else is there? All right, none of that hype music. Let's up one notch. Okay. Cool. How different is web developer to a software developer? Honestly, nothing. Does that make sense? Someone who knows JavaScript frameworks to like a software development engineer no, it's all the same. Like anyone that tells you different they're just wasting your time. I interchange developer, engineer, software so many times that I don't even know the difference at this point. So as long as they pay me, I'm Gucci. Oscar, I'm the same way. Either a podcast, YouTube video, but if it's music, it has to be something lit. You ever mess with Svelte It looks so simple. It is. I actually really like Svelte, but I don't really have a good use case to use it, if that makes sense. Maybe if I, because generally, like, my time is so limited that if I want to build something, I don't want to waste my time learning it and then building it. If I already know how to build it using React, then I'm going to use React because it's going to just save me so much more time, right? And I don't want to go out of my way to just learn different syntax and different builds and all of that stuff to learn to what do I gain from it, right? If there's someone that can like honestly tell me like your app will be 50% faster by using this framework, then I'm going to move over. But until then, I'm not going to do it. Stop, Billy. You know exactly. Stop gatekeeping. Thank you. I appreciate that. No, it's so true though. It's like, oh, you know, you're not truly an engineer if you do web development. You're a web developer. I'm like, bro, who cares, man? Like, you really gotta stress about this. Like, don't you have something better to do? I don't know. Where are some places that people want to visit? Actually, I think they just closed Europe for US people, but if everything was open, where would be a place that everyone would want to visit? I think the next place I would want to go is either Italy or maybe Vietnam. Man, if we live in or Philippines, I want to check out Philippines as well. I'd be curious where people want to go. I mean, because honestly, we've been staying inside for way too long. Hey, man, I can't believe I have 47 people here. Everyone, thank you so much for just being here and just watching me rant and talk about code and tech. And hopefully I'm giving you guys decent advice about how to get into software development. No way, David. Are you serious? You went to all the way. You had a trip to Italy, all booked, and then you had to cancel. When was that? New Zealand. Yo, I heard some good. I actually want to go to Australia too. But that is so far. Iran. Nice. The Philippines is very fun. Been there. What's there to do? What did you usually do? You go like drinking? Do you go clubbing? Do you go sightseeing? What did you do there? Brazil. I like to go back to Albania where my wife's visa-free time resets. Ooh, that'll be nice. Yeah, these are all great places, everyone. Yo, I've been to Japan too, actually, Jim. It's nice. I like it a lot. But I got sick. But it was horrible. I got sick. But I went to Tokyo, Kyoto, like Okinawa. I went to a bunch of different places, and it was amazing. It's kind of hot though, because I went there in the summertime. But other than that, cannot complain. We are living vicariously through. You know, I don't like to flaunt, and I don't like to just brag about certain things because, you know, everyone has their own life. But I want to make a video about how software development really changed my life, in a sense that I've got to meet so many cool people. I got to have people like you guys in my community to talk to, and you guys just hear me talk. But I think most importantly, it just really gives you some type of financial security being a software developer. And as much as I like to talk about, oh, I love coding, and you know, like, you kind of have to really enjoy this if you want to do this for a long time, and you kind of need to not think about the money in the beginning, which is very true. I don't think you need to think about the money in the beginning because the money will be there. But I can honestly say that being a software developer from a pure financial perspective has just made me really comfortable. And I'm not like saying that I have like a Lambo or like I have private jets, but as long as you're not like spending like a crap ton of money like every day on stupid things, you can really enjoy life by going on like for me, for example, I went on a trip to France and I spent a good amount of money, and it's not money that I'm like used to spending on a monthly basis, but I was able to spend it because, you know what? Why not? Why save all this money if you're not going to spend it, right? So I really don't like talking about money in that way, but I've come to become more appreciative of it in a sense that I want to spend it and enjoy my experiences. So being a software developer, like really has given me that somewhat quote unquote financial freedom to kind of do whatever the heck I want, right? To a certain extent. So if that was encouragement for anyone out there that's looking to get into software development, hey, like it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible to make that 6 figures. It may not be 6 figures your first job, but I can guarantee you, as long as you keep leveling up and just growing as a software developer, the 6 figures will come. So let's see. What did oh, your son's half Filipino, 3 years old. Nice. I want to visit PNW, Bangkok, and maybe Hawaii again. Logan, which island? I was actually in Maui a few years ago with my girlfriend too. That place, Maui's super nice. I do want to go to Honolulu too, but yeah. Is there anyone that had zero desire to go to? I had a book for October 2020, or I heard it. Oh man, Roman, that would have been sick. Very sick. In a coding career, how long do people stay coding versus moving on to management? You could be an individual contributor as long as you want, and as long as you can keep up. But I'll tell you my secret in terms of what my long-term vision is. I want to be like the oldest junior developer. So what I mean by that is, like, right now I want to grind as long as I can, but at a certain point, after I get kind of like, a little bit slower, not as fast as like these young bucks, I still want to make like a decent amount of money, but I just don't want any of the responsibilities, right? So like, if you could be the highest paid junior developer, that's like the ultimate sweet spot, right? Where you don't have to like be involved in any of the meetings. You could just be like, yo, Tech Rally Alex, just work on this bug here. Like, change this button from green to blue. I'll be like, yes, sir. That would be like such a chill job, like low stress, but still like contribute. I think that would be cool. So that's the goal right there. Highest paid junior developer. You should share that part. Financial security is yeah, you're right. It really is true. If like financial security, and you know what, I respect a lot of people that want to do it on their own and start their own thing, and it's something that I'm like, honestly, I'm very genuinely interested in. But at the same time, there really is nothing wrong with the 9 to 5 either. I mean, you are kind of your hours aren't your hours between 9 to 5 and maybe a little bit more, but sometimes the financial return can give you a comfortable life as well. I think being your own boss has definitely its benefits in terms of just having your own freedom, but it's a lot of stress too, right? You have to deal with like taxes. You have to deal with I don't know, maybe you have employees, then you're gonna have to deal with that. You're gonna have to deal with letting go of people. But obviously the ROI of starting your own thing is gonna be way better potentially, but at the same time it could be worse, right? What if your business fails and whatever? So it's definitely less stressful working for someone else, but there is definitely a cap. And I think that's the part that you have to understand as a employee. And if you're okay with that, that's fine. But if you want to do something more, like, you're not going to be you're not going to be like the Forbes 30 or 30 under 30 or whatever by being an employee. You have to do something on your own. But yeah, it's really up to you to decide, like, weigh your pros and cons. Like, I'm not immune to that curiosity. Like, that's why I'm trying to like build my own course and all of that stuff, because there is still of that little bit of that entrepreneurial spirit in me that wants to see what's out there. And I want to start off small, like, hey, can I make enough money to just pay my rent? Like, can I pay my rent solely on my side income? And then once I do that, I will be like, okay, cool. Like, can I make half of what I make at my job? And then, just like, once the ball starts rolling that way, that's when I think it's like a good way to kind of measure yourself and see if this is something that you want to do long term. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm very aware of what these like little intermediate goals are. And even with software development, I would say that you can't just expect yourself to be a software developer right away. You got to have these like little intermediary checks to make sure, like, are my skills good enough to get to where I want to be? Go to the Mall of Asia in Manila. Clubs are fun. Beaches are amazing. Yeah, I'm going to copy this really quick so I don't lose it. This is actually kind of cool. These are all good advices, everyone. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. I need more. I need more advice. A lot of times, even for my France trip, I didn't really plan the South France part. I was just kind of following along with people. And I'm such a... When it comes to like me and my like girlfriend going to places, I like to plan a lot. But when it's like a big group trip, I just let people do it for me. And generally, those people figure out way better places and whatnot. So I'm a huge proponent of stealing people's itineraries. Let's see. I would like to pivot from my current job to software development. Started with web, but I really want to do mobile dev. So, hey, good luck, Lord Sin. Yeah, Lord Sin. It's not, I don't think it's gonna be that hard for you, honestly. If you already know web development, it's just doing the same thing in a little different way. How much you was making in Samsung connecting cables? In Austin, my pay was 60,000. Yeah, but Austin doesn't have state income tax. And then my rate, and that first year I was working was the hardest I've ever worked in my life. And I got a 1.8% raise, not even enough to cover inflation. And that's when I knew right away, it's not about what you do, it's about who knows what you do. And unfortunately, my boss did not have that much clout at work. So even though I was working like at a minimum 10 hours a day doing physical labor, basically as an engineer, by the way, I made 1.8%. So I went from 60,000 to like 61,000, 62,000. And then I ended my time at Samsung making 70,000 something, which was pretty good. I mean, it was enough, especially in Austin, but that big jump from 60 to 70 was because that by that time I was so pissed about what happened before. Any new boss that I had, I was like, look, this is what I've been doing. This is what I'm doing now. This is my expectation. And, you know, like, I'm going to get there. Like, I had to force it to my boss. And like, I kind of had to like speak it into existence that this is what I'm going to do. And this is what I'm going to get. And you better give it to me or I'm going to leave, basically. So yeah, that was horrible. That was like that company was the most I've ever worked in terms of hours, and probably the least I learned and the least I felt accomplished from. Hong Kong was nice a few years ago. Sorry, I'm like so behind in these chats. Let's see. Everyone's been there. Still federal income tax feels bad. Yeah, so true. Let's see. Kauai. Oh, I heard Kauai is beautiful too, actually. But isn't there a lot of mountains there? I think if you're a big hiker, I heard that was pretty good. I live in Washington State. Don't like the politics, but I've lived in all four corners of the U.S. and PNW is easily the best. You can do so much up here and still have the city benefits. That's like 20. The moment they started throwing me a lot, I was like, F this. So true. Amazon job posting says they want someone with Java, C++, or C# experience as a web developer. I used to. So Arturo, I mean, you gotta figure that part out a little bit more. Maybe if you apply, talk to your recruiter and tell them what languages you prefer during the interview. And if you emphasize that part, then I think it will be okay to just use the language of your choice. I think it's all about communication. Like if you don't speak up, then people are just going to make you write in code that you don't want to write in. So if someone's asked, like, even if, regardless of Amazon or not, and they ask you, hey, can you write this in Java? I hope that no one would ask you that. But if they do, just be like, I'm not as familiar with Java, but I'm really comfortable with Python. Is it okay if I just do it in Python? And if they say no, then try your best writing in Java, I guess. But if at that point, I don't know if you even want to work there, right? Like, why are they so strict about that? Freedom to work 80 to 10 hour. Taxes are not a problem. Well, what am I missing here, guys? You guys are just having some fun conversations about taxes here. I feel I used to work in a factory making fruit. Talk about not if you eat the pizza. So true, so true. Try to stay away from the main. Try to stay a little away from the main cities. The fingers you can get a lot of outdoor. Still enjoy the benefit. Yeah, pricey in Seattle. Flights out of Istanbul are cheaper than most places. You could stop over there. Speaking of prices, y'all, why is Europe so expensive? I don't understand. Like, does everyone make a crap ton of money there, or just people don't eat? Because everything costs so much money there. I mean, and like bottled water at a restaurant, I think it's like 5 or 6 euros. It's crazy. Dang, a lot of Washington people here, huh? That's nice. I did the go your own way thing with freelancing for a few years. It was my dream, but I realized I didn't like it after I actually made it happen. I'm fine with it. Yeah, and everyone has their own strategy, I realize, and what makes them comfortable. Some people want that personal freedom to be able to just do whatever they want, whenever they want, as long as they're making money, right? Some people need a little bit of structure. And I can not personally say, but I can kind of guess that being your own entrepreneur or starting your own thing can get kind of lonely because you're not really working in a team. You're doing everything by yourself. And you know, like people like to joke around with software developers saying that, oh, you know, these people don't like to talk to people, or these people don't like to socialize. But being part of a team and just working with your team, getting on a Zoom call with them and chatting with them, asking what they're going to be doing that weekend while also solving problems together is so rewarding. And sometimes I realize like there are times where I just can't even solve this problem no matter how many hours I look at it. And I just need like a sounding board. I need someone to talk to and just say, hey, this is what I did. I don't get this. Sorry, let me rephrase. I say, hey, this is what I did. Solution A didn't work. Solution B didn't work. Solution C didn't work. Is there something that I'm missing that you can kind of help me out with? And then they might ask questions and I'll be like, oh my God, I totally know what the problem is now, right? But if you're by yourself and just trying to solve everything on your own, it gets lonely and you spend hours and hours and you want to like talk to someone and ask them for not even help, but just like, hey, I need someone to just like vent this about, and maybe you can help me figure this out. And like there are moments where I've even like paired with people and they didn't really help me at all in terms of the code, but it was just enough of a break where I could go like, okay, I'm reset. I can start over. Let's look at it with a fresh pair of eyes. So yeah, it's one of those things that I realized where doing your own thing, it's rewarding, but it could also get kind of lonely too. I prefer more rural places like the metalhead life. It was in the bougie area, like being in Manhattan. That's true. You're not wrong there. France, I mean, Paris is super expensive. Super expensive. Like, I only say that because I live in New York, and I felt like it was even more expensive than New York, which is pretty crazy. But the thing with New York is, at least I kind of know why it's expensive, right? There's a lot of tech people. There's a lot of finance bros. There's a lot of other, like, pretty high-paying jobs that are in the city. But when I think about Paris, you don't see Google, you don't see Facebook, you don't see like the big four finance companies here. So I'm like, where are they getting this money from? So I mean, that's my question. Is like, dude, where are you getting this money from? I used to tell myself I would be fine living in a cabin with a pile of books, but after living, I realized working with people is, yeah, completely agree. It's you know, there's a bit of social aspect of working with a team, like that makes the day go by a little bit faster. And don't get me wrong, this is not your family. They should, you know, whatever company wants to say we're family and all that, that's not true. But these are your coworkers and they could be your friends, and that's all you really need to. That's like the line you should put right there at that point. And your friends should be, you know, especially if you're gonna be talking to them every single day, you probably want to get along with them a little bit. Really, LeVar? Like, what kind of companies? L'Oreal. But are they making like 6-figure plus. Eastern and Southern are pretty cheap or normal, but then you can't brag about it. What's Target? I think you said Target. What's Target? Huh. You know a lot about France more than I do. Yeah, it's exactly what I meant, man. Like, it's so hard to I don't know, it's hard to just come up with your solution if you're stuck and you're stuck for a long time. And it would just be nice to just have maybe a community or someone that you can just talk to and be like, hey, L'Oreal? I mean, L'Oreal, I know what it is, but is Target also a fashion? Is Target a makeup company? I don't think so. Oh, it's a flooring company, yeah. Actually, my girlfriend worked at L'Oreal. So I know what that is. They make carpet. Huh. How do you know all this? Did you work in France? So I'm new to your channel. I'm going through your YouTube. Did you mention a website? Career change from ARCH and started JavaScript in April. Been pushing hard to learn without. So I have a front-end developer roadmap that I made. So you're free to take a look at that. To me, this is like the basics and minimum skills that you need to know to kind of get into front-end development. But I wouldn't necessarily say it's the most comprehensive. So if you want to check out my site, if you scroll down, there's a little section called, let's see. Yeah, there's a little section here. Put your name and email and just sign up. And yeah, you can unsubscribe anytime. So yeah, and then if you sign up, you'll get a link to a Google Drive, and then you can kind of copy that. But what I do is I just kind of list out a bunch of courses that I think is good and how you should, after you're taking the course, building your own projects and working from there. So hopefully that helps. The SIP is empty. Somebody get him a riff. Yo, do you guys mind if I be right back? Is everyone gonna leave if I try to BRB really quick while I get water? All right, so someone take over. 1 second. Sup. I ran to get the water to not lose y'all. The train to nowhere. You act like I went to the bathroom. I just went to get water. I care about y'all, man. He left 30 minutes? What the hell was he doing? Who are y'all's favorite YouTubers related to software development? And don't say Coding Phase because we all know that one. I have 2 roommates. And I've been living here for a year. I actually had my own place, but I was paying, how much was I paying for that apartment? $2,500 a month for a studio. Oh my god, it's so expensive. It was fun while it lasted, but I just did not want to pay anymore. Like that's why I downsized, and now I live with roommates. Let's see. Do you trust NYC Tab? No, actually, we used the Brita, so it's all Gucci. The New Boston. I'm 32 now. Yeah, 32. Steven Mishcook. Yeah, he's been coding for a while, I think. He always describes himself as the coding grandpa or something like that. Dude, I wish I was 18. Holy moly, that would make my life so much easier. Jeez, knowing what I know. Yeah, 2,500 is a lot. It's a lot, and I was just. But one thing good was there was no. They didn't charge me in electricity, so I could just leave the AC on as long as I want. Which is like a very small. I mean, the reality is it costs a lot. Do I miss California? I do miss California. I mean, my family's there, so as you get older, you want to be closer to your parents because they're getting older as well. So I would like to spend more time with them, but I don't know. New York keeps me here for a reason because I got my job and all of that stuff. So. Pay your poorest roommate to fill your drinks. Maybe I'll do that, honestly. Nah, they all do well. A friend was supposed to send me his mini fridge after he moved and never did. What part of New York City did you live in? Oh, I live in Wall Street right now. Like Wall Street area. It's kind of funny because I think when Joe was talking about how he was taking a subway to his job back when he was working for corporate, his place that he was working at, I think, was right next to where I live. So we could have like totally hung out back then if I knew, or if I lived here. But so crazy. What the fuck? How do you remove this? Holy crap, how do I remove this? How do I ban this dude? What the heck? What's hiding user on the channel do? Alright guys, I guess I made it. Spam. I don't know why my Nightbot didn't catch it though. Freaking useless Nightbot. Damn, this is what is this the rite of passage, y'all? Holy moly, I did not expect that. What the heck? 2,500 divided by 3? No, dude, that was I was paying 2,500 for my own place. It was a studio. It was crazy, man. I was paying that much. Maybe I need to get a moderator. No, I'm not that big. That's fine. I'll figure it out. I had to go a manual intervention on that, dude. Holy moly, that could have been rough. Did you find your roommates on Craigslist? No, I actually found them through my church. Do you play any video? I play Warzone. I am so addicted to Warzone, and I'm not that good. I'm growing up, y'all. Oh man, that's like, yeah, dude. Honestly, I mean, New York isn't cheap. New York isn't cheap. Make you mod? What happens if I make you moderator? Whatever, I trust you. Can you like ban me from my own channel? Move to Florida, much cheaper and nicer. Yeah, it is nicer, I'm sure. Let's play Warzone. Yo, I'm down. I play on the PS. Yo, that would be kind of fun, actually. You play on PC? I play on console. Yo. you want a tour of my place? Literally, it's this box right here. Like, you see this bed, and then there's like a closet, and then there's like a window here, and that's it. This is my place. This is what a Fang developer lives in. I mean, I know I could live on my own, and I know I could pay like $3,000 plus if I want to, in a 1-bedroom. I could probably, actually, 1-bedrooms these days cost like $3,300, $3,400, and I know I could afford it, but I'm fine. I'm fine just living here and just chilling, you know. That's like 1,700, 1,800 I'm saving, and I'm gonna use that money to invest, or I could do it for other things. So, personally, for me, it's fine. I like having roommates. Yo, I have one dislike. I think it's the troll. I think it's the troll that was sending all those messages. You thought that was a cat? I'm a rich poor developer. Actually, Jersey would be nice, but I don't know. I just like living in the city. It's just way easier to navigate, go to places, and I don't know. When you live in Jersey, you don't wanna actually go into the city unless you have to. Yeah, dude. I'm in stocks and crypto. But I want to get into property. I think property is the next step. So if I do move to Jersey, I'm gonna probably buy like a 1-bedroom or something, and do like a really aggressive. Someone was telling me about this. Like, do aggressive, like 15-year, do a 15-year, and then after you pay halfway, refinance to a 30-year, and then rent it out to someone. But I actually don't even know what I'm talking about because I'm not really into rental yet. But we'll see. Joyzy. What are you guys talking about? What are you volunteering for, Billy? Yo, should we transition into coding phases live stream? Are we we'll have like a little like chat. We'll do like a makeshift podcast episode. Million token? Nah, I don't buy scam coins. How much is million token right now? Let's see. Let's see how much million token is. Let's see. Holy moly. $217 to $19. Yeah, that seems like a pretty legit investment to me, right? Wow. That's quite impressive. Wait, wow, he actually has it on exchanges. That's quite impressive to be able to do that. But still, that price drop is quite telling. Not going to the moon. Yeah, dude, that's... I don't know. I feel like... Do you guys know that... I know some of you follow Jomotech, and they made like a algo expert competitor. And then I just looked at his website, and now it's just him. Joma's not even involved in that. Dude, I just bought an NFT. I don't want to tell you how much I bought it for, but I bought one today. No, I'll just tell you. Ooh, someone got... So Nightbot now kicks in? What is this? Come on. Oh, you know what it is? Nightbot doesn't like it when people spam emojis. That's so dumb. Bree Powered, I saw your message. I completely agree. That is definitely a rug pull. I wonder how much he sold. I'll be curious. But the whole like CoffeeZilla, if you guys don't follow him, he like did a whole like YouTube video clip on this. So do I own a car in NYC? No, I don't. Do you guys know that parking in New York City costs like $400 to $700 a month? Like that's rent for some like outside of the city. So yeah, definitely Jomo definitely washed his hands off. It's crazy because you don't see anybody collaborating with him anymore, and I wonder why. Any lactose intolerant brothers? Seven Lions, are you Asian? Parking is yeah. I mean, there's really no reason to have a car. The subway is just good enough. Yo, Joe, are you gonna live stream today? Maybe maybe we could transition into maybe we could raid your live stream. Basically, take back all your the people watching here. He made $3 million. Jesus Christ. Crypto's crazy, man. Whoa, hey, we someone unliked their dislike. Someone undid their dislike. Now I have 63 likes and 0 dis. I guess I haven't quite made it yet because I don't have enough haters. Bree Powered is just... Oh, not Bree Powered. That was Shrimp Mania is just fighting with Nightbot right now. I think you would like Chicago. Just go there in summer. Winter gets hella free. But I heard Chicago gets really humid, which makes it not desirable. Yo, you can't be playing games and listening to this channel. You're supposed to be a moderator. How are you gonna hammer? How are you gonna lay down the ban hammer if you're not even reading the messages, brother? Chicago is brick, mad cold. Yo, maybe we should play some games too on these live streams. Oh no, I got a dislike again. All right, I made it, guys. I got a hater. Someone's a hater. Nothing like community. So all y'all web developers or what? Are you guys web developers? Where's this chat leading to? Y'all coding? You mirroring, bro? If you're trying to beat the heat in Chicago town, make sure you dodge the ball. I did not even realize what I was reading until I saw that. Wait. Oh shoot, to this. Alright guys, move those likes over to dislikes apparently. There should be a code off between Joe. Who can code the fastest page with React? What does that accomplish? Honestly. I guess it's good for YouTube views. But pretty unnecessary. Did you see that I hit 80k subs and then this dude's unsubscribed just Sorry bro, that was me. Just kidding, no, I'm kidding. Oh man. How long have I been streaming for? Holy moly. Let's see. 2 hours. Holy goodness. All right. I think I am ready to sign off soon because 2 hours is quite a long time, people. And what time is it? Let's see. Getting close to 11. All right. 9 more minutes. And then I'm out. So if you have any questions or you just want to talk about the weather, we got 9 minutes to do that. I'm a self-taught front-end developer at an agency right now. Like it a lot, but still working on my site. Hey, that's good. Keep at it. Did you see? I was thinking about 80k too. Don't let them know how to get under your skin. Oh, were you watching his live stream too? Live stream is lit. Thank you, sir. Thank you for bringing in the stimmy check. I appreciate you. Appreciate the raid. We making this live stream a lot more lit with a lot more people. 2 hours and you tap in, bro. What are you talking about? What's your average these days? I think like 2 hours is your. Yeah, probably 2 hours is your norm, I'd say. Did you like Ben Affleck as Batman? I think he's okay. As much hate as he gets, I don't think he's too bad. As Batman, that is. But yeah, some other roles not that great. Java, oh, congrats, hope you find a job soon. Did I miss something? Oh, I just completed a bootcamp last Friday. I'm building something right now. That's kind of interesting. Did you not build anything during the bootcamp? Like, I'm curious about what your experience was from that. What bootcamp did you go to, if you don't mind me asking? I give you the Obama special. Appreciate you, brother. 36-hour stream. You don't get to leave until you're having hallucinations. Well, I have to work tomorrow, so that's probably not gonna be possible. Maybe if I was working for Joe, you know, I'd be like, "Yo, Mr. Santos, can I just do a 36-hour live stream, please?" He'd be like, "Nah, bro, you a nail. You a nail. Get back to work. Get back to work. I need those themes now." I didn't pay you for nothing. You get back to work and make me my themes, bro. Wish I could pull off the circle-shaped glasses like yours. Nah, I mean, anyone could do it. Just wear it. Just be proud, brother. What's your DSA data structure algorithm study schedule? I don't study data structures and algorithms unless I'm preparing for an interview. Do you wear gloves when you... No, actually. I should have coding gloves, like motorcycle, like workout gloves. These are, I feel like I'm in an interview right now because these feel like rapid fire CSS JavaScript questions. It was like, oh, explain to me the difference between this and this. Explain to me JavaScript, for loops versus whatever. My first experience coding was back in 2016, 15. I was watching a New Boston video. Actually, no, I lie. Technically, I coded a little bit in college because I was doing mechanical engineering, but to be honest, I did not do too well. But my first real good experience of coding was back in 2016, where I discovered a YouTube video, did some Android programming for fun, didn't know what the heck I was doing, but I could see that me copying someone else's code led to me producing this like dumb phone app, but it was enough of a reason for me to get interested. And then I was like, okay, let's see what I can do from here. Seven Lions, you could just Google it, bro. We'll keep. Thank you, Coding Face. Someone's doing their job right now, laying down the hammer. Let's go. Let's go. All right. I'm also learning Ruby and Python language. Should I just focus on JS and eventually React? I think you're learning too many languages, man. I would try to simplify it down to like JavaScript front end and then either Python or Ruby in the back end. Because I don't really know why you're learning so many languages if you're just trying to build a web app. Technically, you could do everything in JavaScript, but if you've already started on Ruby or Python, do whatever you're more comfortable with and then stick some JavaScript in there for a front end. Coding Dojo. I was building a lot, but mostly it's nothing. So did Coding Dojo not tell you to build a project? That seems kind of weird because I heard some good things about Coding Dojo. What do you think you'd be doing if not coding? I don't know, honestly. I really don't know. I personally, anything that requires me to think and solve problems, I think that's generally where my strengths are at. I wouldn't say I'm the most creative person. And the reason why I say that is because I don't know, if you guys watch some of my videos, I know it's not the most entertaining video. It's not the most like, oh, you know, like I put some like epic music in the background and say that you're gonna do it, and if you believe it and achieve it, then you'll dream it, and you know, all that crap. Like a lot of my stuff is just like I just give you very honest, plain, simple, but very effective advice. And yeah, I could like add some emojis and all that crap, but I realize like there's part of me that's not that creative to like add those things in, because I try to make my videos like I'm like talking to someone, just be like, hey, you need to do this and you need to do this, otherwise you won't get it, right? So anything, yeah, maybe connecting cables, I don't know, but I personally just enjoy doing things that challenge my brain to do something a little bit more. I hate repetitiveness. I hate doing the same thing over and over and over again. So that's why I really enjoy coding. So anything that would kind of challenge me in that way, I think I would do. Most boot camps are structured like that. My boot camp had 2 capstones and a bunch of assignments. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, shouldn't you have some type of projects? I'm a CNC programmer, but only got into it because my dad and bros. Coding is my choice. Yep. Python and Ruby have been pretty easy. JS was more challenging, mainly because it was first language. I was curious about data science. That's what Ruby was accent. Yeah, man, I would just kind of take a step back, think about why you're doing what you're doing, and based on that, I would eliminate 1 or 2 of those languages so you can kind of focus a little bit better. Yeah. Oh, psychologists are amazing, or amazing guidance counselor. Yeah, that could be a good one too. But yeah, I mean, I think I've just gotten a little bit better at like empathizing with people after like the experiences that I've went through. And generally, like my patience for people with like working with people has gotten a lot better when compared to when I initially started learning how to code. Because back then, I just thought that coding was king. As long as you're a good coder, you can get away with a lot of different things. And although that's true, it really does like wear on people to a certain point that people don't want to work with you. Yeah, you could be a brilliant developer. Yeah, you can get crap done really quickly. Yeah, like people rely on you to get things done. But if you're a pain in the butt to work with, no one's gonna want to work with you. So that's why when I work with people that may not know as much as I do, I say like, I never say like it's so simple or oh my gosh this is so easy or how could you not know how to do this. Like you have to think about it from the perspective of someone that might not know how to do this and this may be their first time doing it, and we've all been beginners before, right? So generally I like to be more of a senior developer that is more encouraging and basically just give them the confidence to think, right? Because if you rag on someone on their code, then you're just encouraging them not to think. So like even if someone like shows me their solution and they explain to me why they did what they did, I say, okay, like that's a good approach. Or I don't say that, maybe I don't always say that's a good approach, but I say, okay, I understand the approach that you're going through, but can you explain to me why you went this way? And then I follow up and say like, would you ever consider doing it this way, where instead of doing it in this one particular section, you did this instead? That way you're having a normal conversation as opposed to just telling someone that you're completely wrong, right? So I think being able to just navigate between the lines is super important. And maybe, yeah, I think that's why I do these like one-on-one coaching sessions too, because I'm not making like a crap ton of money or anything on it, but I really feel like everybody has the right motivation. They just need a little bit of steering in the right direction. Ruby was accent. Oh yeah, blah 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 blah. Let's push JS. I'll go through the other side. Yep. Good luck, Arc. Empathy goes along. Yeah, man, it really does. It really, really does. What was something that surprised you from a boot camp versus the first job? The code base. Holy moly, these code bases are way bigger. And I don't know, Joe, you use Ruby, and Ruby on Rails, but so many models, way more models. I think at a boot camp we were using maybe 3, at most 5 models. But when you're at a bigger company or in an agency, they're like stacked up. Like they put way more models, way more relationships, and it's a lot more. It was pretty daunting to look at a pretty big code base. But what's kind of nice about Ruby and Ruby on Rails, or maybe even stuff like React, they really follow a lot of similar conventions. So luckily, from that point of view, I was like, oh, thank goodness. Like I could at least somewhat understand what's going on. I was working at an agency, so I was exposed to a lot of different code bases as well. And oh my God, PHP. No offense to PHP, but man, I could not understand how to read PHP code at all. Because like personally, I think Ruby is a very beautiful language. It's very simple, very clean. But when I saw PHP, I was like, what am I looking at right now? What am I looking at? It was just crazy. And but it took a little bit of time to understand and I figured it out. Hey Logan, thanks for coming. I'll see you later. Thanks for dropping by, man. I really appreciate you. I'll try to do another live stream maybe next week or something. Yeah, like it was just crazy. Like this has many this has many this has one this has many through something. I was like, what the heck is going on? But luckily they were using the Ruby on Rails templates, and that made things a little bit easier to be like, oh, okay, I'm familiar with this. I think that's why boot camps now are building applications using React, because a lot of companies are using React these days. So like they want someone to at least have some type of familiarity with it. So one thing that good about I would say that's good about boot camps is that they adjust their curriculum based on the job market, or they should do it based on the job market. What the? How do I ban this guy? I thought we already banned him. How is he coming back? That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. He's probably the one disliked though. Did you experience condescending developers as a junior? Who would say you should know this by? Yeah, all I did actually. that's why I don't do that, because I know how much that messed with my head. It really messed with my head when people did that to me. And the crazy thing was, those people that said it, or the person that said it to me, he was praised at the company because he was a good developer. Not a good person, but he was a good developer. And that steered me a very like negative route in my life at one point, where I kind of treated people not very nicely for a good year or two, where, you know, I demanded respect in some regards, and like I forced it, and it got me to a certain point. But at the same time, if you stay at a company for 5 years and you act like kind of a unpleasant person all the time, no one's gonna want to like help you out when you need it. So yeah, how about this many through this model that also has this many? Yeah, exactly. It's crazy, man. I think that's why I think you and I kind of like doing more front end stuff and more like theme development and like that kind of thing. I would say that, Joe, you have way more of a artistic creativity and like more, I don't know if it's because you took classes in college on like Adobe or all that stuff, but I have a hard time visualizing what is considered like a good, beautiful application. Unless I have like a designer that gives me that vision, I can't come up with it myself, which is kind of crazy because considering how long I've been in this industry and like how long I've like seen good websites and all that stuff. But it's just like a different part of your brain that can come up with this kind of creativity, which I think is super important, especially for people that want to start their own thing. You need to have, like, you can't just learn how to code. You have to learn how to market your company. You have to learn how to use like Google ads. You have to learn how to use what else is there, man? Like, I don't know, because I don't know this stuff, right? So you got to hire the right people, hire the right designers and all. I think that's super important. What do you think about junior devs working remote for their first job? It's not ideal, but if that's the only job that's available, then I'll take it. Personally, for me, I went through an experience where I was pairing with people almost on a daily basis, and that just upped my level significantly. But when you're kind of in a remote position, I think it's a little bit more difficult. But if it's your first role, then yeah, take it. Yeah, those college. Yeah, I mean, I'm like debating if I should take a class like that, because of course I could learn online, but there's just something about, I don't know, learning from people that actually know what they're talking about, and maybe like taking a class can make you a little bit more accountable for it. So that's something I might consider in the future, just because I don't want to learn for the sake of learning. I actually do want to learn this because I really feel like it could add more perspective to my front end development career. I took a Bob Ross class. That's the most creative thing. Hey, sometimes, developers don't have to be the most creative people. I can honestly say that. Yeah. Oh, shoot. I said that I was going to leave 10 minutes ago, but somehow you guys have caused me to stay a little longer. No comment. No comment, sir. But yeah, there are a lot of drama with last company and the company before, but it is what it is. I learned a lot, and then now I'm here. You know, it's can't complain. I know what I'm doing right, and I know where I'm at in my life, and every time I go through these kinds of experiences, I just become better. So I can't complain to be in the position that I'm in, right? So now I don't have to explain to people that ask me where I work what my company does. That's actually one of the biggest like benefits of working at a bigger company, is that you don't have to explain, oh yeah, I work at a startup, we raised this fund and we have this many employees and we are trying to revolutionize and change blah blah. It's just like, dude, I work at Amazon, I'm done. Yeah, Arc, I was a mechanical engineer, but I didn't really use that degree in any meaningful way, to be honest. Do you think senior would be more inclined to make sure juniors succeed if they really want to prove? Do you think seniors would be more? I don't know. I really don't know about that. Every senior developer can work a little bit differently, and I didn't really know this like concept of mentoring and all of that. Some people don't even believe that seniors should mentor. They just are responsible for solving really complex problems. Like, that mentorship part is not always implied or guaranteed. So it's really up to the company, and did they create the right structure for juniors to succeed? If not, then you're kind of crap out of luck. Don't they make you yeah, man, it's crazy because office politics are insane. What I realized, and so many people fail up, and it's so irritating to be in that kind of environment where you express interest of, hey, I would like to be like more in like a leadership role and whatever, and then those people are saying like, hey, you can't be a manager unless you go through training. But I'm like, hey, what about these 4 other people that became managers without any training? If anything, these people are very unqualified for this position, but you still gave it to them, and they're not doing a great job either. Like, it's so stupid to think that so many people can fail upward, and there's a certain type of personality and characteristics that are able to do that, and I'll just leave it at that. But it is what it is, man. Like, you could fail upward in a small size company, and if you're not confident in your technical skills and you have to make me feel like crap for being smarter than you, that's your prerogative. But I moved on to a better company, and look at me now. Do you have any tips about online tech meetups? I'm going to one soon, and I feel like it's a big competition for junior developers. Oh, I mean, just be genuine, be yourself, try to make good conversations with people, and tell them like what you're trying to do. And yeah, if you have a project, be like, hey, I had this cool project. I was wondering if I could get some feedback. Yeah, ask questions. I think that's just the way. I don't know. In general, even meeting people like other tech YouTubers here, the last thing I actually really talk about is collaborating, because To me, I think you have to build genuine relationships for things to grow. And ultimately, that should be the main purpose, right? Even with these meetups, you want to just meet other developers that are like-minded, want to change their lives, want to change their careers, and you want to just push each other up, right? So, yeah, I mean, people like, I I realize that some people they get jealous that I connect with bigger YouTube channels, and I think they wonder why I'm able to connect with them. Like, look, I have what 2.64k subscribers, and somehow I'm able to connect with people like Chris Sean, who has what, like 80,000, Joe, who has like 79.9 thousand. Just kidding, he has 80. Like, how am I able to connect with these people? It's because, number one, like, you gotta vibe with them, right? Like, you gotta make sure that your personalities match. And then the second thing is, like, I rarely ask to do anything with them. Like, I'll hit them up and just see how they're doing, and that's because this YouTube channel is cool, but it's not everything, and like, I'm not trying to like steal clout or anything like that. And I do that. I kind of do the same thing in my personal life too, right? Like, I don't think I have a lot of friends, but I have a lot of really close friends. So it's not about the quantity, but it's about the quality. And like, I always want to be as genuine as I can with the people that I meet. And like, this is who I am. Like, I don't really change between this YouTube personality here and how I talk to my friends. This is how I kind of behave. So ultimately, when you go to meetups, just be yourself and just try to provide value, try to build relationships and see what happens. You can't, like, there's no guarantee that you're going to get a job then and there, but what you want to do is build this long-term relationship with people and help each other whenever you can. Office politics, you have to one thing I used to hate is doing work and other people getting credit as a minority. It's like, you have to get used to that, but I never get. Yeah, man, it's insane. Sometimes I had to because sometimes your manager is responsible for your raises too, and if your manager doesn't like you, then what the heck are you supposed to do, right? And then you have to like make them feel like they were a good manager. So it's like, even though I don't need help, I would even like ask for help to make them feel like they're managing, which is so like counterintuitive, right? It's just like, I'm managing my manager at this point. So I don't know. There's a lot of office politics that I would say smaller companies have it worse because they don't know what the hell they're doing. Like startups, they're startups for a reason, right? They don't know how, like, they're raising funding, hiring a lot of people, but they may not be hiring the right people, or they might not be promoting the right people because they're just kind of doing it ad hoc on the fly. That's why sometimes like what something like Joe is doing is actually very nice, in a sense that you don't have to rely on anybody else. You just do it yourself. That way you're never really disappointed. I'm one video away from Dude, I don't know what I should do. I tried making that drama, coding phase is not a developer video, just that clickbait title with that clickbait thumbnail with that. Nah, it's good, man. And one thing about YouTube is just going to be here. It's going to be here, and it's going to be me. And if I blow up, I blow up. If I don't, that's fine. It is what it is, guys. I'm not sweating. But yeah, this week was really hard for me to make a video. I don't know. I was just like, oh, cool. The video I made last week, and it's not about, I don't even care about the money, but it's like, oh, the video I made last week made $2. It made $2. And I was like, I spent like 2 hours like thinking about what I wanted to talk about. Spent like 2 hours making the video, and then like another like 3 hours editing, and then making the thumbnails. It was like a whole like 8-hour day to make that video. And then I posted it, just sent it out there, did my analytics. It was like, oh, nice, I made $2 from that video. Lifetime. But I mean, hopefully it helps someone. Ultimately that's the most important thing. But Yeah, the metrics are not good for tech YouTubers. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not expecting a job, but I'm hoping to meet people like Miwa. Yeah, I mean that's the way to go. Honest. Yeah. Tech rally. Oh shoot, Dennis Ivy is in the house. Let's go. I want to code one day, but I'm busy that day. What should I do? Work on it the next day. There's always tomorrow. Dennis, where have you been, man? Are you just enjoying the sun? Like you must have hit the lotto or something, right? Because I barely see you on. I see you here and there on Twitter once in a while, but I haven't seen you post anything recently. What's going on? I think live is more efficient, but it's not good for actually YouTube, from what I've heard. I appreciate you, Bree. That's I mean it's okay. I'm do not worry about me, guys. I'm perfectly fine. My job is doing more than enough for it, and I think what's in some regards not being motivated by money is what makes my content more genuine and more true to what I want to make, because I think my advice is really helpful. And like what I'm more scared about is, well, not scared about, but what I'm more concerned about is like a bigger YouTuber watches my videos and just like steals all my suggestions and like ideas, and then they blow up and become this like revolutionary like developer whisperer, and then they become like this like coaching guru or like the strategist guru for software developers, right? And I'm like, dude, I've been talking about this, but I only have like 200 views. I'm sure Joe feels the same way too, but yeah, frying like bacon out here. Yeah, maybe those bathtub Twitch streams will be the way to do it. Welcome to the hidden gem. Tomorrow never comes. Diamond in the rough. We'll get there, fam. It is what it like. I'm not too worried. If anything, it makes it easier and less pressure for me to really care about the type and quality of my videos, if you know what I mean. Because sometimes like when people are too big, they're afraid to post anything because what if it doesn't meet the same metrics? Like what if this video sucks and like will it hurt all of my other videos? Like you're then kind of just competing with the algorithm versus just being who you are, right? And welcome to my world. No, I mean that I really like as I was saying it, I was imagining the same vibes. It's so true though. Sounds like Dennis just went out for some drinks, is now like settling back in. Hey guys, what do you guys think about me doing like an ASMR like video for front end framework mission goals? So like what I mean by that is like, let's see, like if I type in bootstrap, bootstrap. So all it would be is just me just reading these let me see if I could change it really quick. Like Bootstrap. Build fast, responsive sites with Bootstrap. Quickly design and customize responsive mobile-first sites with Bootstrap, the world's most popular front-end open-source toolkit, featuring Sass, variables, and mixins, responsive grid system, extensive pre-built components, and powerful JavaScript plugins. And then we could just do like a coding phase one. Your developer journey starts here. Consider us part of your team. We'll work with you to understand what skills needed to get the job, and we'll teach you what it takes to succeed in who wrote this in tech industries independently. Start now. Yo, this image is very zoomed in, bro. I like it. Yo, I like this upgrade on the website. It's a good one. how much time would it be to take to learn JavaScript? Asking this because I want. I don't know. Everyone has their own like way of. Everyone has their own way of studying and whatnot. So I would probably, I don't know, 3 months. But it really depends on how much time you spend per week, per day on it, right? So this video is sponsored by NPR. How I Built This by NPR. Totally, man. I really want to do a podcast. I think that would be super fun. We need to add like Dennis Ivey, we need to add Joe, we need to add like all the crew. We need to get this started. But yeah. Anyways, it's getting late. I'm getting tired. And Christian just came in. God dang. Why are all these people coming in right when I'm about to leave? Oh man. Got some big hitters in the house. Yeah, I'm not a real developer, guys. I'm a DevRel. I'm not a real developer, guys. I'm a DevRel. Ooh, snap. What is your favorite book as an intro to algorithms? I don't actually read books for algorithms. I just do LeetCode. If I'm getting ready for it, yeah. Actually, I have that book, the Cracking the Code or whatever, and I haven't opened that book once. Y'all are funny, man. Hey, chat. Who am I, chat? Chat, listen to me here now. Chat. I don't know how Chris does it. Some people were like, yo, who's Chad? And it's like, Chad? Who's Chad? It's like, no, it's chat. Hey, chat. How are you guys doing? Welcome to my channel. We're gonna be talking about Python. I'm gonna do some Python today, guys. And cybersecurity. Just gonna steal all of Chris's subscribers from Twitch. Oh, you thought you were leaving? Now Christian just tapped. Yes. Yeah, I'm sure you failing, Chris, is really hurting your ego. I think the few bulletproof people that I've met so far in tech YouTube is probably Chris, Joe, and yeah, maybe even Dennis. Yeah, I think everyone's pretty. I don't know. I'm sure you guys have got enough hate comments or feel like people like question you enough that you're just like, whatever, just brush it aside. Oh my god, I'm just like what do you want to do, Chris? How can Coach Tech Rally help you out here? Like, I got my shoulder here, I got my shoulder here. Just air your grievances out to me, sir. Right? I mean, Chris was doing it for free back in the day. That's the difference. Now he's getting paid to do what he was doing before, and he gets gets paid more now. Just balling, 500K, 1 million plus. Do you feel like a failure because you're making exorbitant amounts of money now? I take sarcasm as a compliment. Nothing sticks. Give me your job. Nah, bro. I don't have the same clout as you. I can't just go on Twitter and say, "Hey, I'm looking for a job." and then get like 1 million responses back. That's true, dude. But the thing is, I don't even think Chris has that many followers on Twitter. No offense. Let's see. Oh shoot, no, never mind. He has 11,000. Just kidding. That's pretty good. Never mind. I for some reason thought you had like 5K or something, but no, that's a good amount. Oh shoot, do you really feel like an imposter syndrome today? What happened, dude? You gotta. I don't mean to laugh, but I don't know, man. You're killing it. I think you're doing great. Hopefully, it's nothing too serious, brother. First roll. The thing is, you mentioned first world problems, but I mean, we definitely weren't first world before, if that makes sense. You know, you get to where you are because of hustle. And no, I know how much work you put in, brother. So I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. I don't even know what the hell I'm saying, but you're doing good. I wish I wish I was like Christian and I had. How many subscribers does Christian have now these days? Let's see. 95.1K. Oh my god, you're about to hit 100K. Holy moly. Dude, I watched you when you had probably like 15. That's crazy, dude. That's insane. Can you just like give me 95,000 of your subscribers? That's insane, dude. That's impressive, man. Congrats. Dude, you need to do like a 100K party. You should do a 100K giveaway. That's what you should do. And can you like make sure you cheat so I could get the free merch, whatever that is? I need some developer branded sweaters, you know. If you don't make them, then I'm gonna make some Tech Rally sweaters and sell it on I don't know. I'm gonna just post it in your live chats. How much money do I make on YouTube? Let me just give you perspective. I made $2 on my last video, so yeah, I'm pretty rich. All right, like it seems like everybody's killing it except Tech Rally here. Like everyone's just, just saying how great they are. That's cool. That's cool. Oh man, I am beat. But yo, Chris, let's connect soon. I want to know what happened. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go out now because it's a little late. 11:30. I think I heard that Joe is gonna go on live after this, so he's gonna do like a little late night stream. So yeah, go look out for his channel. Don't spend it all. Yeah, exactly. I'm rich boys. All right, everyone. I'll see you later. I don't know when I'm gonna be streaming next time, but yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.